And grief takes different forms. Others are visible and others are carried beneath the surface. And hi, welcome back to this space. If you're new here, I'm a counseling psychologist and I do support women who are navigating infertility, trying to conceive, those ones who are undergoing pregnancy loss, and the ones transitioning into becoming mothers. And even as we continue through this grief series, last time we looked at the 4 facts about grief, and today I'd like us to focus on the aspects of grief. So we have different aspects of grief, and sometimes the grief that we experience is divided into different stages. Some are familiar and others are not. So today I'm going to break them down so that you get to understand and know where your grief lies. So the first type of grief that people do experience, it is the anticipatory grief. Anticipatory grief is the form of grief whereby you are like um you are more like waiting for it. You are suddenly preparing for it slowly by slowly, simply because this person might have been sick or this person is sick and probably they are suffering from a chronic sickness. So at the back of your mind, you know that the only way out is death. And this type of grief that we carry every day, when you see your loved one like this, is what we term as anticipatory grief. And the second type of grief is ambiguous grief. And in regards to the ambiguous grief, it is whereby the heart was left suspended. You are left between the presence of this person and the absence. You truly never got the closure as to what happened, and this is what we term as ambiguous grief. The third type of grief that people do experience is the cumulative grief, and this is whereby you experience one loss after the other, one blow after the other. So the losses are in so much sequence whereby you do not get time to grieve, and so they all pile up together. And so the type of sorrow you feel is you even do not know which person to grieve because you've lost one after the other. And so we can term it as the cumulative grief. And the fourth one is the complicated type of grief. And in this complicated type of grief is whereby you have carried this loss for a long time, and the loss and sadness and the pain has now transitioned into becoming chronic, whereby you do not function normal anymore. You do not know what to do with your life, and all you feel is that immense sadness. And this is what we term as complicated grief. And then we do have the delayed grief, and this type of grief is whereby the grief suddenly comes after years, after months, and it can be seen through like a memory. You get to experience this grief when you smell a perfume, when you go to a place and this place reminds you of this person. And that type of grief comes much later on, and it is termed as delayed grief. And last but not least, this is the disenfranchised grief. And this grief is the type of grief that is not acknowledged by the society, simply because maybe the love that you felt for this person, or in this context of this channel, is a pregnancy that you carried and you didn't carry the baby to full term. So these people do not know the love that you had. They know, like, nobody saw the baby, so they expect you to move on faster. Another example can be maybe you are seeing this person, you love this person, but this person maybe is married to another person, so his family is expected to grieve publicly, but you, on the other hand, cannot, because this person, it is considered taboo for you. And so this is what you call disenfranchised grief. And all of these griefs are valid, and they are experienced in different timelines, and we do not have a sequence for grief. And before we end this, I'd like to encourage someone, whatever stage of grief you're in, or whatever type of grief you are experiencing, you are seen, you are heard, and your pain is deeply protected. Thank you so much for tuning in to this series of grief, and see you on the last series of grief.